right now. Okay, and this is all my information. So on here, you have my rite of passage email address, which is the evan.fertig@rop.com. You also have my personal email address, which is ejfertig@gmail.com. And then you also have my personal phone number. So these are going to be the methods that you can use to get in touch with me, to send me work. So whatever is easier for you, like I said, guys. With handing in work, you have options to also drop off the work at school at the bin. And if that's not something you can do, then obviously the easiest thing is to email or even take pictures of the work, and you can also text it to me. All right, so from here on out, guys, you have all my information. It's right here. You know exactly where to send all your work. So please, let's start that up right away. And if you see my number pop up on maybe your caller ID at your house, and you see the 631 area code, just know that's me calling. I've been making 25 phone calls a day to your homes. So you might see that number and you might think it might be spam or something, but just give me a call back if you see it, or have your parents call me so we can all keep each other in the loop. All right, guys. The next thing we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working on another nutrition lesson. All right, and we did start talking about nutrients and the importance they play. And in this section, we're going to be talking about planning a healthy diet. Okay, and it's one of those things that, especially right now, the fact that we're on quarantine, we're on lockdown, you can't really go many places. Diet right now is so important because you might not be able to do a lot of physical activity, but if you're still eating healthy and correctly and still watching your calories and your macronutrients, you're still going to come out of this thing looking and feeling great. So don't get down because you might not be able to go to the gym or you might not be able to play sports right now. But just know, if you're eating healthy and you're following the plans I give you and using those nutrition logs, this is going to be a huge game changer for you, and you guys are going to feel and look great once it's all said and done. And you're just going to have so much more of an understanding of it as well. And you have all the time right now to plan out some healthy meals and, try to really track your diet. Okay, so today's lesson is called Planning a Healthy Diet. And some principles and guidelines. Diet planning professionals have many principles to keep in mind, including adequacy, balance, nutrient density, moderation, variety, and calorie energy control. Okay, guys, when it says a diet planning professional, that could be many different occupations. It could be a nutritional consultant, it could be a dietitian. Okay, so there's a lot of different jobs out there where they use all those tools. Some other principles and guidelines: the more nutrients and fewer calories, the higher the nutrient density. Nutrients divided by calories equals nutrients per calories. Variety assists nutrient adequacy. Okay, guys, so you want to go for the higher nutrient density foods if those are available to you. The dietary guidelines for Americans. 1. You should include reduced intake of calories from solid fats and added sugar, limiting consumption of refined grains, and increasing vegetable and fruit intake. 2. Include accounting for all foods and beverages consumed, and if consumed, limiting alcohol to a moderate amount, up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 drinks per day for men. Obviously, if you guys are not 21 years old, that does not apply to you, okay? These are revised every 5 years. Some diet planning guides. On here you have the USDA food pattern, assigns food sources into 5 groups. You have your fruits, your vegetables, your grains, your protein foods, and essential fatty acids. So these are things you should have in your diet every single day. And back up here where it says reduced intake of calories from solids, fats, and added sugar, that's very important, guys, because that's something that each and every one of you should be thinking about. Okay, you have to watch your intakes of your fats and your carbs. Okay, so you want to keep an eye on that, and you do not want to go too high on those numbers because that can lead to excess weight gain. Okay. All right, the USDA estimates women 19 to 30 years old need 2,000 calories, and this is just an estimate. Okay, everybody is going to be a little bit different. For men 19 to 30, they're going to need 2,400 calories. So you see that there is a little bit of a difference, that 400 calorie difference. Okay, discretionary calories are the calories remaining in a person's energy allowance after consuming enough nutrient-dense foods to meet all nutrient needs for the day. Make room for additional nutrient-dense foods, small amounts of sugar foods, and for some alcohol. So a lot of you guys know what I eat, and you guys see a lot of what I eat, and I talk about it. And a lot of my calories come from discretionary calories. But the thing is, most of my calories are from my clean food sources, my nutrient-dense foods, where I get most of my macros, but a lot of my micronutrients, which are my vitamins and minerals in. Now, the leftover calories I have fun with, which is why they're called the discretionary calories, and that's where I have ice cream, I have candy, I have chocolate. Obviously, you guys see I eat a lot of pizza. This is where you can have a lot of fun. But unfortunately, a lot of people take this a little bit overboard, and they might have more discretionary calories than needed, and this is where there can be some problems. But that's why we're tracking your calories and your macros, and I'm going to be going into this in more detail of how to do it, is so important, especially every single day. So be very careful with those discretionary calories, okay? You have your MyPlate, which is what we use for our guidelines, the current USDA education tool that illustrates relative food group serving sizes. Okay, so it shows you on your plate how much you should be taking of each one of those. All right, food lists, formerly known as exchange lists, organize foods by their proportions of carbohydrate, fat, and protein, but can be difficult since food sources often contain significant portions of more than one macronutrient. Okay. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about processed foods have been treated to change their physical, chemical, microbiological, or sensory properties. Fortified foods can contain added nutrients not originally present or present in significant amounts. So you just want to keep an eye on those words, processed and fortified. Refined foods have coarse parts of the food removed, such as the husks. Enriched foods have nutrients added back after losses due to processing. Structure function claims. Statements that characterize the relationship between a nutrient or other substance in a food and its role in the body. Okay. And some nutrient claims. Statements that characterize the quantity of a nutrient in a food are. Okay, so you might see some of these labels: whole grain, sugar-free, zero trans fat. So just be very careful with some of those claims, guys, especially nowadays with the gluten-free claims and the organic claims. You just want to make sure that you're really paying for what you're getting at the end of the day, guys. So we got to go through our entire lesson today on planning a healthy diet. You do have my information that was provided for you, my email, 2 email addresses, and a phone number. So at this point, you have everything you need to do, guys, to start working on your assignments and to handing them in. And if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me at any time, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys. I hope you guys have a great Wednesday.